All right, today's video lesson is Chapter 1, Lesson 3, 1-3, and we're going to simplify expressions. All right, so the first thing we need to look at is this list right here. And I want to know, are these like terms? That's the question. Are they like terms? So that means, are they the same kind of thing? Are they the same term? Term is really the best word. The same term. For example, if you had a plate, your mom gave you supper, and she baked you some chicken legs, and she put green beans on your plate. Is that the same food? Nope. Chicken legs and chicken legs are the same food. Green beans and green beans are the same food. But chicken legs and green beans are different foods. So what I need to know is this guy and this guy the same food? If this guy is a chicken leg, is this guy a chicken leg, or are they green beans? So they both have a variable r. This has a coefficient of 5 and this has a coefficient of 2. So this is kind of like saying 5 chicken legs and 2 chicken legs. So yes, those are like terms. So let's pick this color. This one was yes. All right, our next example. I have 6 x's and I have 6 y's. Well, I have the same amount, but are they like terms? Are they the same thing? 6 chicken legs, 6 green beans. No, they are different. They are not like terms. They have different letters. So different letters mean different foods. They're not the same food. And so, no, they are not like terms. All right, this example. I have 5m and 3m. The m has a square. This m does not have a square. Take a second. What's your guess? Are they like terms? No, they're not like terms. This exponent makes them different. They have to have the same exponent. Next question, I have 8 and I have 8y. 8 by itself, 8 with a y. Do you think that makes them like terms? Take a guess in your head. No, it does not. So they have to have the same variable. This has no variable. No variable, this has a variable. Makes them different. They are not like terms. Are these guys like terms? The answer is no. It's not like terms. So in order to be like terms, this guy has an x and a y. So maybe this is chocolate-covered green beans, and this is just chocolate. Chocolate-covered nothing. Not like terms. If this has an x and a y, this needs to have an x and a y in order to be like terms. All right, pink guy here. I have 7xy, negative 2xy. Do you think they are like terms? Answer is yes. We have 7 Oreos and we have negative 2 Oreos, but the food at the back matches. It's an XY food and it's an XY food, so yes, we have our second yes. This was a yes, this was a yes. And finally, we've got this guy. So they both have exponents. Does it matter if the exponents are different? Are these like terms? No, they are not. The exponents have to match each other. So again, it is a no. All right, let's talk about adding and subtracting like terms. These are like, they both have an x. They have the same variable. The variable matches perfectly, so 5 grapes and 2 grapes. So when you have like terms, all of these are like terms. When you have like terms, you can add or subtract the coefficients. Coefficient is a fancy word for the number in front. That number in front, that number in front. 5 plus 2 is 7. So my final answer here would be 7 grapes. I think I used grapes. 5 grapes plus 2 grapes is 7 grapes. 5x plus 2x is 7x. Next example, I have negative 6 and I've got positive 4. This plus sign is attached to the 4. This negative sign is attached to the 6. So I have 6 negative things, I have 4 positive things. Negative 6 plus 4 is a negative 2, and I write X after it because it's the term, it's the type of food we have on our plate. Okay, this example, this guy doesn't have a coefficient, but this guy does. So there I have 7 slices of bread. What is this? Well, this is 1 slice of bread. It's just that math people don't write a 1. So if there is no coefficient, then you assume it's a 1. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 slices of bread. And if I said it that way, I think maybe you would, even without that blue number, we have 1x, we have an x. Here is an x, 1. An x and 7 x's make 8 x's. All right, in this next example, I have 3 terms. 1, 2, 3. This term has an x, this term has a y, this term has an x. I can only add and subtract like terms. If the terms are like, I can add and subtract them. I'm going to color code this so that it helps us a little bit. I'm going to write 4x in yellow and negative 8x in yellow, and I'm going to do the y in a different color, blue. And remember that the sign in front gets attached. So this plus sign is blue because it gets attached to this guy. The subtraction sign is in yellow because it's attached to the yellow 8x. So that sign can be a negative sign, can be a subtraction sign, but he gets attached to whoever's behind him. Plus sign gets attached to whoever's behind him. Now that I've got it color coded, let's deal with all of our yellow stuff. So I have 4x minus 8x. 4 minus 8. 4 apples minus 8 apples. So I've got negative 4x. 4 minus 8 was negative 4. And I don't have any other blue, so I write plus 2y. It is acceptable to write the 2y up front and the negative 4x in the back. That's the same as having a plate of mashed potatoes and chicken legs, and now I have a plate of chicken legs and mashed potatoes. It's the same mashed potatoes and chicken legs, it's just I've turned the plate around, and instead of my mashed potatoes being on the left, now my mashed potatoes are on the right, but they're still mashed potatoes, and they haven't changed. All right, here's my next question. I've got 7x minus 4y plus y minus 2x. I'm going to color code all of my like terms so that they match each other in color. So if I make them in color, that looks like this. I've got green for my x's, and I have this kind of pinky purple right here for my y's. I can add, subtract purples first, pinks, whatever color we're calling this, pink, I guess. Or I can add, subtract greens. Makes no difference. It's on the same plate of food. It's just how do we want to twirl this food? Doesn't matter. So since x comes first here, I think I'll go ahead and deal with my green stuff. So my green stuff, 7 x's minus 2 x's ends up being 5 x's. A negative 4, and remember this is a 1. If there's no coefficient, it's a 1. Negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. Negative 3y. It would still be a good answer to say negative 3y up front and the 5x in the back. However, if we put the 5x in the back, I'm going to need some sort of sign here like that. I can't just leave that a gap. So what kind of a 5x is he? He's a positive 5x, so I write a plus sign. Negative 3y plus 5x. Those are both acceptable answers. You can write either one of them and be good on homework. All right, here's 2 questions that I'd like you to try in your notes or on paper, and pause the video and push play and see if you were correct. All right, so let's see if you got them right. Up here I've got pink and pink. 6 minus 7 is negative 1. Again, math people don't write the 1. They drop the 1 when it's 1. Yellow stuff is 2 minus 10. And I get to add and subtract these because they both match x squared, x squared. I don't do anything with the x squared. I just write the x squared. 2 minus 10 is negative 8. You can have these two reversed and still be the same answer. Purple, purple makes 3x. Yellow, yellow makes negative 1x. This guy doesn't have a like term, so we just rewrite him. This guy doesn't have a like term, so we just rewrite him. These 4 things on our food, on our plate, 4 different foods, 1, 2, 3, 4, can be in any order. It's still the same plate of food for supper. It's still going in your belly. So if you have these in a different order, it's great. Just make sure this negative sign goes with this term, this negative sign goes with this term, this plus sign goes with that term. All right, here are your 2 questions for Google Classroom. Number 1, make up your own pair of like terms. So kind of like when we did in the very beginning, right here, these were pairs of like terms. Give me your own pair, something that would be in the yes category. And your second question is to simplify that expression. So that would be something similar to these questions. Simplify, you can, there's a couple different ways you can write your answer. Remember, it's the same plate of food no matter how you spin it. So a couple answers would be correct. All right, good luck.